My background prior to working in brand protection was UK law enforcement. I was a police officer in the United Kingdom for 31 years, largely a detective during that time, working in the areas of serious organised crime, which basically means investigating drug trafficking, firearms trafficking, serious crimes such as robbery, etc. I started being an investigator in the police, being a detective, and then worked my way up through the ranks to retire as a detective superintendent. And I was in charge of a number of teams that had responsibility for intelligence gathering and evidence gathering in the world of serious organised crime. I had some opportunities to work overseas in the police and had some experience of different types of jurisdictions, which is very important in the world of brand protection. I then got offered a role with HP 11 years ago now that was based in Geneva in Switzerland, and I was asked to come to work for HP to assist in setting up their global anti-counterfeit program and overseeing the global investigations that HP conducts for brand protection. The challenge of investigating counterfeit printing supplies as a global commodity is that throughout the world there is a big demand for printing supplies, particularly HP printing supplies. And it's a lucrative market for counterfeiters to work in. They have a big demand for printing supplies and they look to undermine HP's work by providing counterfeit products. In order to make a counterfeit printing supply, the biggest component is a cartridge. And counterfeiters will use either genuine, refilled, refurbished HP cartridges, which they then repackage to pretend they're new products, or they will use what are called compatible cartridges, which are compatible for use in HP printers, but are made by another organisation. But they will then change the appearance of those by placing HP stickers, HP logos on the product to confuse the consumer into thinking they have a genuine product. So the global nature of that means that there are printing supplies products that are being shipped by counterfeiters around the world, attempting to undermine HP's sales. I think the big change that HP has experienced in brand protection is the move towards online sales. The world pre-COVID was already moving towards the internet and sales platforms, and of course the pandemic exacerbated that. And we've seen since the world has started to recover from COVID, the number of physical premises where printing supplies are sold has reduced, and the counterfeiters have tended to move more towards online sales. Of course, what the internet does, it gives them great anonymity. They can set up a business with fictitious addresses, or perhaps even not physical premises. They can source products from around the world to be shipped around the world, which makes our work somewhat more challenging. The other challenge we've seen in the last few years is the capacity and responsiveness of law enforcement. HP, when we investigate counterfeit products, we tend to make a criminal complaint to law enforcement agencies with a view to asking them to take criminal action against the wrongdoers. And over time, law enforcement in many countries have struggled with funding. Bespoke intellectual property crime units have reduced in many countries, and the appetite and the capacity of the police to be able to deal with intellectual property crime has in many cases reduced, which is frustrating. We like to think though that we have a good relationship, HP, with law enforcement agencies worldwide who generally provide a good service to us. So we're happy with what they do whilst understanding the constraints that they have. I think one of the great challenges that we have, linking back to the online supply of products, is the vast amount of intelligence that is out there in the marketplace now. And we need to be able to prioritize intelligence to insist that I'm investing HP's investigation dollars in the cases that are most egregious and are going to provide the best result for HP. So we take supply chain intelligence, we work with a number of partners to try to identify who are the main counterfeiters, the biggest threat to HP, who are shipping products globally, and trying to identify their shipping routes with a view to leading back to their distribution hubs and ultimately their locations of manufacture. And intelligence is key for that. By scanning the intelligence globally, we're able to identify hotspots around the world where products are being shipped from, and by taking that intelligence we can work with local agencies and local law enforcement to better target the most egregious subjects who are undermining HP's sales.